Welcome to Under the Plumbob Podcast about everything about EA-Maxis series of games, The Sims.
Everything. Absolutely everything.
Yeah.
We did
It's me, it's Jess, and I'm here with...
Caitlin!
Yay!
Yay!
That means it's Social Bunny time, because it's usually the two of us that do Social Bunnies.
We just like the news.
Yeah. We're very into the news.
Okay, we are on the Twitter, and we see stuff pop up, and we go,
Yep.
Huh.
Interesting.
And there was a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we had a lot of stuff happen recently.
We took a nap and woke up and went, oh no.
Everything is happening.
Where do you want to start? Do you want to start with the patches, the new expansion pack?
Yeah, let's start with some patches.
The patches.
Yeah, we started March 14th. We had a patch. The Free the Babies.
Release the children.
Release the babies.
So infants came in with this one, which is why I think everybody knew that one.
Yeah.
A lot of the infant play options came with the Growing Together expansion, but you can have infants. And you can have babies with the power of science now.
Ooh, yeah. That was exciting.
I used it on with the land grabs, because I was like, there's no way if Nancy Landgrab didn't have to actually carry a baby that she wouldn't. She's not giving up that body for a child?
Oh, hell no.
No. So I did that for them.
And basically the infants, they will spend less time as the newborn object-ish life stage. It'll only last a few days before they age up into the brand new infant stage that we got.
And they're going to have more of the skin tones. They're actually going to look like the Sims instead of just blob faces. That was exciting. Like, have you had infant yet? It's been a sec. It's been over almost a month.
Every time I try to get on, my game wants to update something. So I'm like, you know what? I'll get back to this eventually.
We'll come back.
Yeah.
We all know Sims is a game you pick up, you put down. You pick up, you put down.
Play it hardcore for a week, and then you leave it alone for 6 months.
You never touch it. You dust it off, and you have to wait for everything to load again. But your babies, they actually look like their parents instead of just no facial features.
And just random skin tone that they throw on.
And the eye color they're going to have for the life. Because then they all just have, like, a dark void. Like,
yeah.
like void black. Like, we're all aliens.
Infants will have their own clothing, hairstyles, accessories, and most excitingly, says The Sims, personality traits.
They sure do. Yeah, because they can be like fussy or like those aren't I'm thinking of stuff that because they end up like get with 3 personality traits that come over. So like I had one that was an early riser and also liked being up early. I was like, that's a good combo because you're an early riser. So I'm glad they're more likely to be happy when they wake up early. So this Sim, like, whenever, even if like they were almost starving and they needed a bath and they were left alone for like a whole day, they still woke up happy because of all these traits. And it's like, that's nice. I was working on something and I forgot about you. I didn't, but their traits for newborns, their traits go down. The infants, their traits go down really quick. And they literally cannot do anything. Because eventually toddlers can pretty quickly handle themselves, especially if they can get to the food.
Yeah. They can feed themselves.
Infants can do nothing. And they'll just be upset. They don't even have a fun meter until they can lift their head up.
Oh, really?
And then they'll have a memory of like, oh, lift head up. But there's no fun, because like, we don't know what the concept of fun is. I can't even look around.
I see my parents every now and then. That's all I know.
They'll look at someone and just like babble at them. You're like, that's cute. You're just stuck on the floor.
Yeah, once your infant is crawling, they're ready to go exploring. You can now baby-proof your doors, which I think that was one of my issues. I said it somewhere. I'm like, I really hope these are not like the pets and they just like wander outside the house.
Yeah, because Oh, I will say that toddlers being able to get out of the doggy door was really cute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I wonder if they had to program. They must have had to program that because otherwise Sims wouldn't be able to recognize it as a door frame.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe? I don't know, but it was really cute.
I do want to see an infant go through a doggy door, though. Just like a little scooting.
Oh, yeah, because they can't walk. If they can't walk, they just scoot themselves along. And there's new skin details.
Mm-hmm. So you can have birthmarks, you could have stretch marks, you can have scars.
C-sections, stretch,
Mm-hmm.
yep. And you can decide whether or not your sim can produce milk. So this is an option we found under the gender section of the details menu. Oh, and they redid the interactions menu.
Oh, yeah. That's right. I saw a lot of people a little annoyed with that.
I both liked it and didn't like it because it was getting a little complicated to be like, I want to do something with the sim, but it's in the W, so I need to click more like 3 times to get to the thing. But some interactions I don't know where to find. Like, what would this be considered? Is this a deep topic or is this what kind of topic would I consider this? There's 19 new sections in the interactions menu. So if you want your sim to ask for another sim to have a science baby, that's under the deep thoughts conversation. Funny gift, that's under silly behavior. So I think we just don't know where stuff is, and that's frustrating, but without them literally putting out a whole diagram.
Yeah.
We didn't know where it was when it first came out anyway. So I think it's just a little trying to figure it out.
It's just, once you get used to it, I think it's a lot better.
But I think it's more frustrating on the items, the conversation bits that don't come up too often. Mm-hmm. That like sometimes only come up if you know a sim really well, or if it sim's in a certain mood, and you're like, well, where is that though?
Where would that be?
But if like the romance option, I know that if I want to embrace another sim, that's under romance, and that's under the romance and then physical touch one. Like that one, like you can figure out that one pretty quick.
Like one of those like web map things is like if you go here, then you gotta like go here, then here.
If they could just give us that real quick on Twitter, that'd be great.
Yeah. Sims team, come on.
Yeah, I mean that's you.
Yeah. Boss, please.
Code 5.
Then we have
so now we're into the bug fixes.
Yeah.
Family members will now call your Sims less often to ask their opinion about trying to have a baby. Instead, you'll just hear the news from their chatty aunt.
Yeah, I felt like so many people were calling my Sims. It's like, we've been thinking about trying for baby. What do you think? Like I don't care.
What do you think? I'm not taking care of the kid.
This is your life, not mine.
None of my business. I had a sim. I was playing the boyfriend or the husband of somebody, and they asked, we were thinking of having a baby, and I said yes for science reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And yep, she had a baby, and I was like, I was not there when you got pregnant. How did you do this? They've addressed an issue where sometimes after traveling, toddlers would no longer be able to interact with extended family members. Who could blame them? Just finished a long trip. You're tired. Probably need a change of clothes, a bath, a good sippy cup. Who wants to talk with family? Fear of unfulfilled dreams and fear of dead-end job will appear less often and feel appropriate when they do. Thank God.
Nice.
Literally, the fear of dead-end job, they would just get promoted and then get that fear of a dead-end job fear. And it's like, you literally just got it.
Sims won't constantly drop everything in their queue to check toddler. Thank God. That irritated me.
They were busy.
Excuse me, can you go cook your food, please? No, I gotta check the toddler. No, you don't.
The toddler's fine. The toddler is playing with blocks.
She's been on her tablet for 5 hours. Leave her alone.
She should. Neighborhood stories will now welcome fewer newborns into the world. They've come to realize the amount of care infants require and don't miss a single precious moment. Moving to a new lot with twin babies will no longer ostracize one of the twins at the edge of the world.
What?
Whoa, my God.
Some of these bug fixes tell a toddler to run around. Now they'll actually run when the run around interaction is selected. Wait, you have to tell a toddler to run around? If you were able to get a toddler to run around, they would never stop. This sounds more like the toddlers I know. This should no longer occur.
Oh, styled looks are a little less styled now. Choosing one won't change a Sim's hairstyle, eye color, eyebrows, or facial hair. I'm a little bummed about... Oh, none of it's makeup. Okay, good. Because I like that it changes the makeup, because sometimes it's my lazy way of doing a Sims makeup or something. Is this the update that gave us, hearing aids, too?
Was it this one, or was it the one before it?
So I was like, I don't see that here. And I think that's something they'd want to...
Yeah.
The Sims stats panel now track total wants completed. There's a Sims stats panel? Be aware, acting, debating, and dancing in front of the mirror do actually increase your skill. I'm not really sure how that's possible. I've spent hours dancing in front of a mirror, and I'm still horrible.
And Sims can properly use a mirror to practice dancing. I'm just going to say this is why I have not gotten better at dancing.
Stuffed toys are now also toys and will count towards the play with 3 toys goal of the artistic product. Oh, thank God. I always wonder why those didn't work.
Yeah, I always had that issue too. I'm like, they're playing with a toy.
It is a toy. Toddlers are more likely to be content in their high chairs when their needs are taken care of. They may, however, continue to ask to be removed from the chair if left alone for too long or another Sim checks on them.
Still not going to use those high chairs.
I've used them a couple times, and so far it's been okay.
Just never had good. 3 or 4, I just... Because
you put one in and then somebody tries to take them out, but it's like they need to eat so they don't die.
Yeah.
Console players should be able to see an improvement to input performance after opening the relationship panel. The singing skill tooltip has been added to all showers that support singing. Those showers that don't support singing are too critical of my talent.
From Cats and Dogs, ultra speed is as ultra fast as it's supposed to be, even if there's a stray on the lot.
Is that why sometimes it didn't work?
I think so, because I had that same issue. Like, everyone would just go to bed and they would just keep going at the regular speed. This
is from Discovery University. Passing the lawyer's exam will now let you try to pass the lawyer's exam rather than just failing you right off the bat. It's supposed to be hard, but not that hard. Seems the institution has faith after all. Sims who sit in on skills class will get the proper certificate in their inventory when they're done, not a mixology one for every class. Somehow I left with a drink in my hand. I don't know why.
I don't know how that happened.
Items that can be used off the grid are now labeled as such. That's good.
That's good. Wooden bridges now sound like, bridges made of wood.
I didn't know the wooden bridges sounded like anything.
I think when you walk across them, it might change their footsteps.
Oh, Sims who were vampires but are now Sims that aren't vampires will now be able to sleep more than 3 hours when tired.
Good.
Moonbathe interaction has been removed as an option for Sims while on Batu.
Can't moonbathe on Batu?
There's 3 suns. There's 2 suns you can't. No, there's 2 moons. No, that's that one place they keep going to on all the Star Wars shows.
Oh, yeah. That pesky empty blue screen is no more. You'll be able to plan wedding events through the phone or calendar now that the menus show up as intended.
You can now schedule your wedding event on the same day as holidays in the calendar, so you can get married on Winterfest.
Nice. Finnish, Norwegian, and Swedish options when choosing a bouquet now have fewer mid-word line breaks. There you go, Julia.
I don't know, we've warned her pretty hard against that one pack. Well,
yeah.
Because it's got good build items, so she probably has it.
But she's probably definitely not playing with the bouquets.
No. Sims can now add the same knitted items in different colors to their wardrobe.
Wall decals should no longer disappear when viewed from the back.
That's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Top surgery scars, binders, and shapewear, medical wearables. So, and the medical wear, I knew there was some controversy with the medical wearables because some of them, I think with the top scars too, like the top scars, you couldn't have a shirt on or something.
Yeah, it was like its own like item.
Yeah, which was odd. Yeah. I wonder if their thought is to just have it while the sim is like sleeping, or like just when you would have your shirt off. But it's weird. It's constantly a thing that you have, so why would you have it something that comes with it? Because we did bring it up in our Discord that we were covering some of these patches, and Aphonic Melody, whose Discord name I'd never said out loud, and then I was like, oh, I have to say this out loud. I'm going to be like, oh, this is a very nice name. It's nice to say. Aphonic Melody. She says that her husband loves that they have medical devices, though he's confused why they have a continuous glucose monitor available in multiple positions, but they don't have a pump.
Mm-hmm.
Which is true. Which is like,
yeah,
you like did half the work. Why would you do that? And why? And then she has another comment about why can't we just lock some things in with Cass? I do want to know why, because like for sometimes on Cass, like I want to keep the hair color, but I want to randomize the style.
Oh yeah,
you can't do that, and I am frustrated. I have to make my own decisions and not let things be made for me.
Yeah,
it's rude.
Very rude.
Because this was the light. Did we talk about this last time? I don't remember now.
I vaguely remember talking about it.
I don't know. Remember there was discussions about the fact that it was in there, but also you had to make a choice about it, which is not true in real life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So then after that patch came out, then we got Growing Together, and then immediately after Growing Together came out, they had to do an emergency patch because there was an issue with, because in Growing Together there you can have if they're the Sims who lose a teeth were intermittently having their skin tone, hairstyle, and clothing changed, and so they put it out. And they temporarily paused the feature. I think, and some people were saying if their sim child pulled the tooth out, their whole face when they grew up was weird. Like it adjusted their whole face structure.
Wow,
and they all looked funny.
That's interesting.
So I don't think it's back yet. I haven't checked Sims Direct about it, but yeah, that they took it out pretty quick.
Mm-hmm. Other than that, this pack did pretty good right off the bat. It's not another like My Wedding Stories.
No, which was worrying because I feel like every time they have a more play-based expansion, no matter what, if something's broken, like it just works so bad, and it's like, oh my god. And then there was a small console update on the 28th. Today's update for the PlayStation and Xbox platforms bring them in line to update the release for PC Mac on Friday. This update addresses issue Sims 4 Growing Together expansion pack where Sims... Oh, so they had a patch to keep... Okay, so the console also had... That's what exactly the same patch.
Yeah.
But why did theirs get a week later? Why did theirs wait 4 days? I said a week and then 4 days. It was 4 days later. Why did they...
Take longer to work that console magic?
Did they not know that it was happening in console too?
Possible.
I wonder if the console people are just like, it doesn't matter if we complain, they're never going to do it.
Yeah. Poor stepchildren of the Sims world.
Miracle workers.
Mm-hmm.
And then the expansion came out.
Yeah.
So, Growing Together, 13th expansion pack for the Sims 4 franchise, which is bonkers.
Mm-hmm.
I was asked a rude question about how much money I've spent on this game, and I said, don't never ask me that question again.
There are things you do not ask people. You do not ask them their age, you don't ask them their weight, and you don't ask them how much money they've spent in The Sims.
Yeah. Please. And also, it's over several years.
Yeah.
Because I've been buying this stuff before we had a podcast, and Julia also said a rude thing of our podcast is almost going to be 5 years old, and I was like, take those words back.
We're sitting at 4.5 right now.
Gross. Well, not even. Didn't we start in the spring?
No, we started in the fall.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, Julia said like...
Our birthday's in October.
Oh, that's nice for us. What is that?
Are we Libras?
Are we Libras?
I gotta know. Okay,
I'll talk about Growing Together. You find out what, and then we can read a horoscope for her.
Yes.
For us. Okay, so it was leaked on February 1st. And then officially announced the next day. They were so close.
They were so close.
So
they
close.
Almost made it.
And they released on March 16th, so that's a pretty turnaround. So it's Growing Together. This is the generation's spiritual successor, not parenting. This is because this is more on all of it. Family. It's a focus on family, childhood, and intergenerational activities. It includes a new urban world called San Sequoia, which is based on the San Francisco Bay Area. The official description this is all coming from the Sims fandom wiki. Thank you very much. Never leave us. Settle in San Sequoia, a bustling town with historic roots and a live, rich family life full of sleepovers, drama, and self-discovery. Let your parents move in with you, or don't, and see how that affects your relationships. Navigate a midlife crisis and come out with a new personality traits. Meet a stranger and have instant chemistry or instant friction. There's a lot to experience together. So did I finally get my chemistry system? Kind of.
Kind of.
A little bit. It's not exactly the same, but I guess that's it's never going to be exactly the same.
No.
And it doesn't affect everybody, but it is like you'll meet a sim once and it'll come up in the little panel like in like little puzzle pieces.
I know. I saw those puzzle pieces. I'm like, oh, I like that. They fit together. Oh, they don't. They work. They don't fit together.
I haven't seen like a great. I saw somebody on Reddit say that they had their sim marry somebody for their money, but their chemistry, I guess, is off the charts. Like, they have amazing chemistry per the game. And now she's like, I don't want to break them up.
It's like, you always have a plan, and then some random thing happens in the game. You're like, oh, I can't do that now.
She said that, like, I meant to marry him for his money, and people were like, how much money did he have? It's like 20,000 simoleons. I was like, he didn't have enough money in the Sims. That's not enough money in the Sims. Everybody's got 20,000 simoleons.
Yeah. You pretty much start with that.
And we got 3 new social events: baby shower, family reunion, summer party. I've done none of this. Oh, I wonder, this would be a good test run to do in the, our long running Speed Legacy.
Speed Legacy. I love that. It's the Speed Legacy, but it's taking us years and years to complete.
Over a year to do it. I might do that. I might jump on the Discord and just do it, like, I'll just stream it through the Discord to be like, I'm just testing a new thing. I just want to know what happened. There's 2 new television channels, which multiple people in our Discord were like, was that you? Or is that somebody in the Discord? I saw somebody post it.
Yeah, somebody did. I don't know if it was Sarah or if it was somebody else.
Oh, yeah, shout out to Sarah, whose son made her Sim's newborn baby McFartface in her...
Oh, yes. All caps, too.
Oh, it was Kate. Kate said, does anyone watch the new Sims TV channels? Kate asked this Discord, Sarah asked the Discord a random, like, if she had a problem with something, but it was like, the baby has bills? Why does the baby have bills? And we're like, why is the baby named McFartface? And she's like,
It's a generational name.
It's British.
Yep.
And there's a lot of, like, random features in this game. Like, you can get burnout. Children can learn how to ride bikes. Or there can be workplace rivalries, which I was like, what is this from? It's from this.
It's from this.
Self-discovery. You can gain new traits over time or into opposite ones. You can become, if your sim keeps repeatedly doing certain things, you can like gain 3 traits. You can get 3 new traits that way.
Oh, wow.
Because if you gain a new trait, it doesn't kick out an old one, unless it's the opposite, I think. And a lot of my sims were just like, oh, I think I'm like this. You're like, okay. And the milestones, there's a lot of milestones.
Oh, yeah.
Milestones are a collection of icons that describe the major events that happen in a sim's life, such as falling in love, having a baby, getting a job. Milestones have stored in the panel traits above likes and dislikes. So this is kind of like the memory system from Sims 2. This has been one of the most Sims 2 like expansion packs. I was like, I've liked it, but it hasn't added like a huge like meteor bomb system to the game. It added a whole bunch of features to expand the game that you've probably already been playing, to the point where if you didn't add it all at once, you might not have even some of the stuff. Because I think that rivalry thing I put in our chat because it was Nina Caliente who got it, and I was like, she just discovered that she's mean, so she's going to ruin this man's whole career. Yeah. And I was like, I don't know where this came from, and someone's like, I love the new things, and I was like, oh, it's new. Okay. So did you get this yet, or are you waiting to see?
I was kind of waiting to see. I will be getting it soon, though, because it sounds like it's been good. so far.
Oh, and there's a thing, childhood confidence. So if your sim starts doing like well and gets praised a lot, your sim's more confident to do things. And it's like if your sim has low confidence, it doesn't want to then the sim doesn't want to do a whole bunch of stuff. Kind of like how you know that thing where if like a teenager comes out of the room and everyone's like, oh, look who decided to come out of the room, and everyone's like, then the teenager's like, this is why I didn't want to come out here.
Yeah.
Low confidence. If you're like, oh, hey, come here, I wanted to ask you a question. Treat it like normal. Higher confidence, more willing to come out.
Nice.
And the social compatibility.
Okay.
Love it.
Love that. Ooh, random layoffs.
Yes.
It's just like real life.
I haven't spent a lot of time in the town, though. But
Oh, who was it? Somebody we follow on Instagram, since it is based on San Francisco. They made, they took a huge lot in San Sequoia and they made painted ladies like the ones in San Francisco. It was really beautiful. Not what I was finding, but Stupid Simmer on April Fool's Day posted, they announced My Writing Stories game pack with a horse. Like, I love that, and Vanity would be crying.
This is why I'm not on the social media.
Yeah.
People are mean there. Oh, and like there's a new lot assignment, recreation center. You can now like or dislike conversation topics or sim characteristics. So you can be like, I hate perfectionist sims. They're so annoying. But we'll probably do an episode of deep diving in once people have a chance to play. But so far, I like this expansion a lot. I don't. I'm a bad person to ask about build buy items. But I will. But the cast I would label as comfortable clothes. Not. It's cute. It's cute stuff, but not like. Not stylish is the wrong thing to say, but it's not going on any runways soon. It's all like practical things.
Practical clothing.
Mm-hmm. This is an after work recording, so we are just
we are tired, so we are sorry.
To the brim with energy.
It's okay. Mars will cut it out and make us sound a little more peppy.
She'll just run us at 1.2 speed.
Yeah. No, we'll be responding to each other so quickly. We'll be like, yeah.
Yeah, it is. I listen to a lot of my podcasts at 1.5 speed.
Oh, yeah.
I can't listen to this one at 1.5 speed. I can't listen to us. I've tried it, and I don't know if it's because I know how we sound anyway, but to me, I'm like, it's too fast. It's too much.
Can't do it. We can't do it.
She doesn't talk like that. It's like...
She's talking way too fast.
Yeah, I'm pro growing together. It plays into my game style also, so that's also why.
Yeah, I've definitely seen a lot more happy people rather than upset people. So that's good, Sims. You gotta win.
You needed one.
You needed one. Especially because, jumping ahead, sorry, they needed that win because they might have competition.
Oh my god, nothing set the Simmers alight like the possibility of having options. I swear to God. Like, oh my god. Life by You was... So like a month prior to it coming out, and they put out a little like come on guys, da-da-da-da-da. And we were all like, well, okay. It's like what does it mean?
We've been down this road before with Paralives, right? Mm-hmm. Do we have a Sims competitor? And
we might, honestly, because they...
we actually might now, yeah.
So Rob Hubble, who worked on Sims 1 and Sims 2, for sure, because they had... he had a character drop off a free computer whenever you moved to a new lot. So, for sure, remember him. He helped with Sims 2 and he helped with Sims 3. He left and he went to go work for this company.
Paradox Interactive.
And Paradox Interactive, actually, they have to be at least paying attention because, I guess, okay, so Rod Hubble is the CEO of Paradox Tectonic. And they also made a Sim City Challenger.
City Skylines.
City Skylines that blasted SimCity out of the water. Like it.
Yeah,
SimCity.
Because the last SimCity was so bad, and then City Skylines like came out the next year, and EA's like, well, we're done with SimCity then.
Yeah, I guess we're it. So the fact that Sims 4 has just been going on, they can't seem to figure out how to make their game what we liked. And this is also knowing that I was not fully in the vortex that we're currently in, where I could hear all the negative response. We didn't have, Simmers weren't really a talky people to each other, because we had the Sims forums and that was it. And the live journal. So live journal was a surprisingly big hub for Simmers.
I remember that, yeah.
I'm leaving you a place I can just sit here and tell my own stories. Thank you.
Yeah.
They did on their Life by You YouTube, they did like a 20-minute here's what to expect trailer. And you can expect a lot. It's going to be open world. It's going to be, you can control any sim at any time. Hell, you can even edit the chat boxes. This entire thing is going to be so customizable. And they showed you a lot of interactive stuff and like a decent amount of gameplay. And they were like, oh yeah, so it's not done yet, but we are willing to, people can beta test. They're like, it's not done. You will be beta testing, but it is going to be open for beta testing in the fall, which says how close they are to being done. Like, it's not done, but it's not.
They are farther ahead than Paralives is.
But they also said somewhere, I think they had the CFO on, and I swear I could feel in her brain, because I think they mentioned they've been working on this for like a long time, and it felt like she was like, we just need to make some money. This thing we've been working on forever.
I really feel like they tried to put like the best parts of like Sims 3 and Sims 4 at least. Maybe even Sims 2 in there too.
Looks like Sims 3. Which I don't think is a good thing. Like, something about it I don't like something about the art style I'm not a big fan of. I'm just going to be honest. I'm not. I think the cartoony thing works better. Something about the way the shadows fall on the more realistic stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot more realistic. Like, more of like, I would say like a GTA style.
Yes.
Than like The Sims. The customization in like pretty much everything.
They want it to be fully customizable. And like to the point where the chat boxes, we can go in and edit. Which I know we were talking about in our Under the Plumbob chat, because we really were like focusing in on like, oh my god, you can literally make anything something your sim can pee on. Like, you can click on it, go in, and make it a bush. Like, you can like have, because it's like, you can put in the tech code for this to be a toilet. You can be in. So I think we immediately brought up, like, they wonder if they're going to make some, because also it said that you can share code that you did, or edits. You can share those edits, and they want it to be mod friendly still. Because I think taking away the mod-friendly aspect of it would be a huge mistake. Yeah,
definitely. With how big, like, our modding community is in The Sims.
But I think we would mention, like, I hope they make some words not usable, because that people just do things. As soon as a wall gets taken down, they're like, you mean I can do anything?
Yeah.
I can do this asshole thing, and you're not going to say anything?
Yeah, there needs to be, like, some barriers of what is and is not acceptable.
Because people suck.
Yeah, they really do.
There's really no way around it besides, like, people don't do things well. So it doesn't, like, you could trust them. If you could trust 5 people, maybe. Yeah. You can't trust 1,000.
Can't trust. Definitely cannot trust everyone.
We talked for so long about the stupid weather that by the time it got over here, that big storm, it rained hard for like 10 minutes and then it got better. And it's like,
oh, really?
Why are we doing this? I want to get back to where we were talking about the thing, but we did that so long ago.
I know. But a lot of people did seem really excited about this Life by You. And I'm really excited to see how good it can be.
And if you were one of the first, like, 10,000 people to register it somewhere, because I think you can pre-order it, and if you were one of the first X amount of people, you get a chance to be in on the beta. It's like, we just said the word. Why is it gone? Why do words leave my brain so quick?
It's the end of the day.
I think you mentioned, if not, just take the credit. I think you did also mention during while we were talking about it, that they didn't show any sim that didn't seem to be an adult. We didn't see any kids. Mm-hmm. We didn't see.
That was me, yeah.
And we were also worried about the specs for this, which somebody did take a look, and it is because they do have the specs available for what they expect for this game to be able to handle, which the fact that they already know is great.
Mm-hmm. So you are able to know like how much of a toll it's going to take on your computer.
It seems like a bit, but also it's open world, so I'm a little worried about how it's going to be able to handle it.
Yeah.
How long ago was this?
Yeah, it was March 20th. I like what you said. A person having a breakdown at work, it is a life simulator.
Oh, yes. That is one of the things which literally, they just made something like that in Sims 4, and it's already in the game. Because I think it was the first thing they showed was somebody just like, nope.
Yeah, I agree with Julia. It's giving, gonna toast my computer.
It looks like also I could switch, like okay, I'm riding my bike down the road. What is that sim doing? I'm going to switch control right there and go over to them. Like, that's what it looked like during the game. Yeah. Whether or not that's true or not, that's what it looked like was happening. Sarah said gorgeous worlds, but the people, not so much. But she said she'll care if the gameplay is good. Mm-hmm. Julia said, if I know Paradox, they're going to have hella mods available. So many tools to do anything you want right in from the get-go from the game. Sarah also said people are going to make some depraved shit.
Yep, which we touched on.
You had a gif of somebody blowing a fire extinguisher at their laptop.
Yeah, because it said open world with no rabbit holes. That was one thing that they mentioned in the video.
We were so funny 2 weeks ago.
If you want to see some of this, join our Patreon.
Join our Patreon. Join our discussions. We throw things in there like thoughts. But yeah, since they're already running the demo, Henfernet, like they already have the specs for it. And it's higher than the Sims 4 specs. So we'll be able to interact with the script a lot, which is all very, very interesting. Mm-hmm. It'll be, especially once people get their hands on the beta in the fall.
Yeah, we'll definitely know more about the game then.
And with Sims 4, with Sims already working on their next project, which of course isn't Sims 5. How could it ever be Sims 5? Now with Sims 4 will go on for 1,000 years.
Forever and ever.
Forever and always. Mm-hmm.
It'll never 9 die. This year.
Every time you say Sims 4, it gains a day of life. Mm-hmm. We're part of the problem.
Yes, we are. We are keeping this game going just by talking about it. Oh, they're talking about it. That must mean they like it and they want us to keep going. No.
Yes, of course. But it's very interesting, and I think also the thing that we took away from it is I don't think Sims EA has got to be interested because it's their only direct-to-pet competitor. But more than anything, Paralives has got to be shaken in their boots. Mm-hmm. But also, I think they said they've been the company we were just talking about, Paradoxical.
Paradox,
not Paradoxical. Paradox said that they've been working on this for close to 10 years. So that's got to be right around the time he left Sims 3. Yeah.
That would probably be about that timeline.
We do bag on Paralives a lot, but it's not. They haven't been working on it for 10 years.
Yeah.
But we also haven't been telling people we're working. They haven't been telling people they've been working on it.
The thing with Paralives is that they're like, oh yeah, it's coming soon. Oh yeah, it's coming soon. It's coming soon.
They've been working on it since 2019.
I mean, I think if they were just more upfront with hey, we're nowhere close to this game, but this is what we're working on, and we want you to start getting excited. That's different.
Or pick a main concept and get the main concept out the door, and then build out from it.
Yeah.
That's the main, that's the main thing. I am interested to know, like, you were right, because I went back and watched it after you said there were no children. Where are the children?
Yeah.
I went back and looked, and I was like, everybody seems to be an adult.
I see
don't know what
no
that
life
means.
stages outside of adults. I
I
didn't
don't know
even
what that
see, like,
means.
old people.
The elderly are ignored again. How can you make your cult?
Is there no granny cult in Life by You?
Oh no, it's not a utopia for everyone. So people like doing challenges that are based on the life and death and like continuation of generational play, it might not be for them. Although I can't imagine any simmer who has the disposable income won't buy this game just for something else. Because even people who like shooter games play they have a favorite, but every once in a while you want to play the same thing, but not quite.
Yeah. You play something else for a while.
Games? There's so many farming games.
Yeah.
And we play all of them because, like, you know what? I'm up for a yellow aesthetic today, so we're going to play this game.
Yeah. And it's not to say they won't add other life stages in at some point.
Right.
I mean, Sims 4 started without toddlers.
Sims 4, when I think back to the amount of nothing that was in the game when they released it, and they managed to not immediately bomb after that, that did lose a lot of trust with a lot of people.
Yeah. I mean, that held me back from buying Sims 4 for as long as I did because they didn't have, like, toddlers. They didn't have pools. There was other stuff that they didn't have in there.
No toddlers, no pools. It was just that one of the base neighborhoods they started with were incomplete.
Yeah.
And there's one more thing that happened that's not fun because our community sucks sometimes. And we need to be put in our place. Maybe we deserve the game that we have. Maybe we don't deserve good things.
That's we don't deserve anything.
We don't deserve it because guess what? We need to just be patient.
Yeah.
And we don't do it.
This is the collective we, not me and Caitlin.
No, just us.
Just us, yeah. We are the worst.
We're the worst. We don't even have mods. And you know what? Okay, so I know you know, and you, the listener, you know that if a new patch is coming out and it's huge, you take the mods out your game. You don't use them because guess what? The mods are a third party that don't know whatever code's going to show up, so they need to fix their mods.
They need time to fix that. I mean, I post every time we get a mod, hey, take your shit out of your game, back up everything.
Just put it all in a file and move it to your desktop. Just move it out. That's all you got to do. Or just delete it, because guess what? You're going to have to re-download it anyway.
Yeah.
Like, just delete the mod. And, whatever. But every time, people, because not only does it mess up the mods, not only does it make the mods trying to fix it frustrated, it makes the people at EA, it makes everybody frustrated. Because if you come with, like, why is this broken? XYZ, and it's because you didn't do the requiredness of just take your mods out because the mods are not made for the game as is, and you're putting in false bug reports, and it's not a bug report. It's the mod doesn't correlate with the game.
You are taking up like devs' time because they're trying to recreate your problem, and turns out it's a mod problem, not a game problem.
And like, honestly, there's been a lot of times where I've looked at something and been like, that's a mod. Like, that they're easy to spot.
Yeah.
Frankly. Like, that, like, a mod did that. There's no, like, take out your mods. Do you have a mod that doesn't interface? I don't think so. Let me go, oh, it was a mod. It's like, yeah, of course it was.
Of course.
Like, the game's busted, but it's not as busted as, it's not. There's levels. And then, okay, so the patch with infants was a huge patch.
It was so huge. It added so much to the game.
Huge patch. And then, especially, it was putting in the room for growing together to come into. So we had a 1-2 punch of a big new patch and an expansion. So you know what? I know it's going to take time. The mod's fixing the mods. The mod is fixing the mods. You want to know what people did? They pitched a fit everywhere, all at once.
And it was like almost instantly. Once the patch hit and everything was broken, they were like, why is nothing fixed? Why is this broken still?
the word entitled got thrown around a lot, and I don't disagree. Like, I was like, it got so bad that in the official Sims Discord page, the official one, some guy named Mike, who
of course it was Mike.
Did an at everyone post saying regarding the lockdown that happened earlier today on the Deaderpool server, because guess what? Deaderpool had to shut down his server because people were, frankly, harassing him. Mike said, we have no plans currently to lock down the server due to the increased traffic. This is mainly because we haven't encountered rudeness, entitlement, and harassment, but I'd like to remind everyone that #SimsHelp is not to be taken for granted, and we expect everyone to do their own research before asking for help. If the situation takes a turn for the worse, we will not hesitate to remove troublemakers and lock down SimsHelp entirely. And I don't know what's the mod for Crazy Cousin Shine? Because that's something that Jen found.
Mm-hmm.
So it made it like
it could be anything. She has so many mods.
Deaderpool had to shut down his server because, frankly, people were being so rude, and every person who mods is doing it as like they have a day job. This is not their only job. This is
not their careers. They're not employed by EA. They're definitely not employed by EA. They're not employed by any game makers. They're doing this out of the kindness of their hearts and to make the game better.
And this is a big mod. It was a big fix, and some people could fix them quick, and some people could not. And I know, like, this person whose mod we don't know, Jen will be screaming like, "It was this one." We've been trying to warn all of you all week this might happen, and you didn't listen. As a server, we have been around for over 6 years now and have assisted the community through numerous patches, some of them extremely damaging to mods. But we have never witnessed the sheer amount of impatience, entitlement, rudeness, refusal to read or follow directions, and outright even harassment as we have witnessed with the Growing Together update. It's not just here, it's everywhere. Everywhere I look on Sims 4 Discord servers, I'm seeing nothing but support teams and modders alike being overwhelmed by the amount of you that just absolutely refuse to even lift a finger to help yourselves. It's heartbreaking, it's disturbing, and now those of you who have behaved this way have ruined it for everyone. And following with some other support servers like Sims After Dark and Deaderpool server is temporarily closing down all channels until Tuesday, March 21st.
Oh, this was Deaderpool's server.
Oh, this was Deaderpool's? Yeah. To give everyone a break. And there was a huge paragraph. That was just the first two things. But it was pretty much just everybody being like, we're exhausted. We're volunteers. Yeah. Like, this is a game. Calm your shit. Yeah. Take your mods out the thing. And then we also had one from Kira's mods say, this is not to be rude, but since I've received some messages demanding updates and asking for a scheduled time, I have a lot of mods and I'm working as fast as I can. I also have had to do other things this week. You can keep checking on her website for updates. It's people got lives.
Yeah, like the same sentiment like that Kiara had, I know Lumpino had, and A Deep Indigo were both posting, do not ask me about updates. I will update them when I update them. You will get them then.
Like, maybe, because that was, when did Growing Together come out? We said the words. So March 16th, the pack came out. They had to close the servers by, the 21st was, they said it was coming back on the 21st, and I think they gave themselves, a week.
Mm-hmm. So literally the day it came out.
It took, it wasn't even, a weekend went by. The 16th is a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The next day, people were like, oh my God. No. Yeah. Absolutely not. And good for the modders.
Yes.
I will say. Good for just, no, we're not being treated like this. No, we're not, we know what we have to offer and the amount of time and, space and, what we deserve, and we don't deserve this.
Yeah.
So good for all of them. And shame on, do the work. You want mods. You want...
Yeah, you want your mod fixed? You go fix your mod.
Or, do you want to murder people in this game? You gotta deal with some people having to fix it so you can murder. Unless you want a mod, like you just said.
Oh my God, you might actually have to play vanilla or not play at all for a week or so.
Yeah, there's other games. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. Go take a walk.
touch grass, as people have been saying online. Like, I've heard people just be like, have you touched grass recently? Oh, dude, you're right. Hold on. I'll go outside. Like, I've people been like, oh. Because I read it rude, but I guess other people don't.
Depends on the tone, I think. I read it both ways.
Could you touch grass, for the love of God?
Please go touch some grass, okay?
But so that was our extremely disappointed.
Yeah.
Disappointed in you, Sims community. Like, you know better.
Be better. Come on.
Be better. Like, EA deserves a lot of like they have a lot of problems.
Yeah.
It's causing not being able to recognize when something's a bug from a mod. How much time do you think people waste? Maybe like, oh, this is a mod problem. So long.
It's so long. Yeah. I mean, we say all the time, like, the modders are the backbone of this community. They keep the game where we want the game. Mm-hmm. They fix everything that EA like kind of slops in there. They definitely deserve better than what they've been getting. Yeah. I mean, even on a good day, they deserve better.
That's true. So when we say get your mods, get your CC, we're not trying to be cute. Yeah. Get your stuff out of the folder. Mm-hmm. Take the folder that has all the mods and just move it to your desktop. Or just, frankly, if it's mods, delete it. You're going to have to re-download it anyway. Yeah. Like, just delete the folder.
Take your CC out, but delete the mods.
Yeah. Put your CC in another folder so you can just, like, boop it out. But we were doing angry texts in the chat, being, like, judging everybody.
Yeah. A lot of judgment was passed.
Which is funny because half of us don't use mods. So it's just like, how dare they?
We were mainly getting it, like, if I happen to be on Twitter, I'm like, oh. Or if, like, Jen was paying attention to her mods.
Because I think I got, like, my first inkling was because I don't participate in, but I lurk for the r/The Sims. So it's really the Sims subreddit, sub Discord. I got that at everyone, and I was reading it like, oh my god, is this really, like, that big of a problem? And then I think you posted something, and then Jen posted another thing, and we're just like, wow. I feel like Discord server shutting down is, like, a big tell. Yeah. Because that's a lot of community in one spot that people feel comfortable in, and that just being like, no, you don't get this anymore because, frankly, you're abusing it.
I've never seen a Discord server get shut down like that, so yeah, that's huge.
So many being shut down at once. Yeah. But that's the end of the news. Yep. We did it. Yay! Oh, it's my turn to do this. I volunteered for this and I regret it now. Okay. So, you can find us in several places on the internet. So, we are Plumbob Cast on Instagram and Twitter. We're Plumbob Podcast on Reddit. We're Under the Plumbob Podcast on Facebook and Tumblr. Our website is plumbobpodcast.com.
Plumbobcast.com.
My God. Website is plumbobcast.com. Our contact form, we have a contact form there. You can email us at undertheplumbobpodcast@gmail.com. Julia made our website.
It's so nice. Pretty. Please go to it. We
have merch. You can get it at bit.ly/plumbobmerch. Yay! You can join our Patreon. Our Patreon is a fun place. So it's patreon.com/plumbobcast, or you can just search for Under the Plumbob in Patreon. Our broke newbie family, who I voted for. I voted for the Brooks in the finals because
we had some very, very upset people that the Brooks lost.
She deserves money.
Yes.
And that's our $1.
Brandy lost money. 2 years in a row.
Oh, god damn it. Our $1 tier, access to our private Discord chat with our fellow Simizens and Under the Plumbob team members. We do shell challenges. We have discussions on, like, different games and different books and different yada. We just talk about stuff. Or really, it's just a place to dump pictures. Like, this is fun.
Yeah. Anything you want to talk about, we talk about it in the Discord, so come join us.
You can $1. You can read the tale of my Sims setting absolutely everything on fire. Literally, it's everything. And for our we have 2 tiers. Our $1 tier is the Discord. Our $3 tier is the Discord, and you get our monthly bonus episode. Last bonus episode was like so long, but it's because Julia and I, and partially Ava, talked about all the Oscar-nominated movies because we watched a good chunk of them.
Yep.
And then we took random shots in the dark for the ones we didn't see. And we didn't do a bad job.
You did pretty good, yeah.
We just bet on Everything Everywhere All at Once, and we were correct.
Yes.
Because that movie's amazing.
Yeah, that was a two-parter, so you got two bonus episodes.
We did one before the Oscars where we took guesses, and we were like, we didn't see any of the documentaries, so we really just went up based off this name is best. This name is cute. Let's do that one. It was a big competitor for us. And then we did like an hour-long one after the fact, after the thing, so we could talk about it, about who won and why we think we did. I would have won some money if we had bet anything. Thanks to our writing and research team. That was me.
It's Caitlin. Thank you, Caitlin.
I put links in a Google Doc.
Yay! And it worked.
Sure did. Thanks, as always, to the Sims fan sites, particularly this time, the Sims Wiki. Thanks to Simmers Digest. And thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Our Simizens. I like your coat. Is that a coat in the back? That flower thing?
Flower? It's like a sweatshirt dress thing.
I like it. Yeah, and that's it. That's all we got.
That's it.
We did it.
Yay!
I thanked everybody.
Yep.
I don't know how to end these. That's why I don't like to end them. So I'm like, I finished.
It's hard sometimes.
I finished the readings. I'm out of words.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, it's supposed to stop.
Yep. Save your game.
Drink some water. Drink your water. Take your mods out the goddamn folder.
Yes. Be kind to the modders, please. Go thank a modder.
I will yell at you. I will find... Yeah, go thank a modder. Go tell a modder how grateful you are that they exist.
Mm-hmm.
And thank them for the work that they do.
Yep. If you have a favorite mod, reach out to the modder. Say, hey, you're doing awesome.
Don't ask them any questions. Just say you're doing great. Bye.
Yep. That's all you need to do.
I love you. Bye.
Bye.
There's a movie called Meet Me in St. Louis that's got Judy Garland in it, and it has one of the best proposals I've ever seen in a movie, and it's yet to replace it. It's not Judy Garland's character that gets proposed to this way. It's her sister, and it's just a guy that she's been like talking about this entire movie, and he just comes in and he just goes, Rose, I forget what their last name is. We're absolutely going to get married to I demand it. And he walks out, he comes back, I love you, and then he walks out again. Like, he's just so, like, it's just very funny. And then the grandpa's like, I'd like to learn his name. The best proposal I've ever seen. Nothing could ever match.
Yep. That has a lot to live up to.
We should go before I start talking about Judy Garland.
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
Well, Easter Parade's a good movie. Maybe everyone. It's a good Easter movie.